So, yeah, as you can read from the title, um, I'm 9 months pregnant and I was hit by a car this week. So, here's what happened. I was super hungry. It was lunchtime and I was craving a cheeseburger so bad. So, I thought, okay, I'm gonna order one and go get it. And so that's what I did. I got on my scooter, because I go around on an electric scooter, and I headed toward the restaurant. The road that goes to the restaurant is a very big, busy road. And there is just only one tiny road, like a crossroad. But it's, as I said, it's a very secondary road. There is a little park there. There are no cars at all. So I was approaching the end of the sidewalk. I was about like 15 feet or maximum 20 feet, but it was more like 15 feet from the end of the sidewalk. And I saw a car approaching, a white car. And the car stopped, so of course I stopped too. I looked at the car for like maybe a second or two, and then I started crossing the street. And the car hit the gas. Like the driver hit the gas. And it took me like a couple of seconds, more than like 1 second, to realize what was going on. And it was not stopping. I was looking at the driver and I couldn't see clearly what was going on inside the car. But I was looking right toward the driver and he was not stopping. At that moment I realized that he was looking the other direction. He was not looking at me. And he was not stopping. He hit my this side, the left side of my body, and it was really slow because he stopped at the stop sign, so he was starting from zero. And so I rolled over his car, and then I fell down on the ground on the road, and still he was not stopping. Thank God that I had the scooter, because the scooter ended up underneath his car, and I'm sure that if I were just a pedestrian, he would have run over my legs, because I managed to run on my own, to roll on my side, but still, my body was out of the trajectory of the car, but not my legs, and I was in a complete state of shock. I was just like frozen, just couldn't understand what was going on, because again, I was looking at the car and the car was not stopping, and for some reason my brain just couldn't process that, because I was sure that he saw me, that because he stopped when I was stopping, and I waited before actually crossing the street. And I was trying to understand whether he was doing that on purpose, whether he wanted to run over me. Obviously not, but still I just couldn't understand. So I stood up and I took the scooter and I was trying to walk to the other side of the street. And the guy got out of his car and he was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you right?" And I was like, I don't know. Yes, I don't know. Because I didn't feel pain except in my leg, in my ankle. But it was not excruciating pain. It was just like I couldn't walk normally, but it was not like, oh my gosh, I cannot walk. Just like discomfort, soreness, let's say. And also, I was really, really focused on my belly, because I was trying to understand whether my belly hurt or whether I could feel the baby move. And this guy, he was looking at me with terror. And he didn't ask anything about pregnancy. Zero. And again, I'm 9 months pregnant. This happened 3 days ago, so you can see my belly, it's very obvious. And he didn't ask anything. And he was like, but I was shaking. I couldn't even talk. And he was like, but are you like that because you're scared or because you're hurt and stuff like that? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Then I simply stood up. What I did was taking a picture of his license plate, the license plate of the car. I don't remember clearly, but basically what happened is that I walked away and he left. The problem is that I didn't know what to do at that point because I've been here in America for 5 or 6 months. I have no idea of how these things work. And also I had an appointment with my doctor, and who's also my OBGYN, the following day. So I thought, okay, I'm fine, I don't feel anything. Tomorrow I have to go to the doctor anyways, so I'll go. And if meanwhile I start feeling some pain or discomfort, I'll go to the hospital. But I felt fine at that point. And again, I could feel the baby move a little bit, so I was like, okay, everything's fine. And that's it. I went back home and I told my husband. He got mad. He got so mad because apparently what I didn't know is that by law you are required to share your information about your insurance and about your driver's license or something like that, I guess. And he didn't do that. He just left. And I had no idea. I honestly had no idea. The only thing that I told him was like, did you be careful? I asked him, did you look both ways? And he was like, no, I didn't see you. It's like, next time look both ways, because that's so dangerous. And I actually was sorry for the guy because he looked scared and kind of afraid himself. So it's like, whatever, fine, these things happen. But no, after hours passed, I realized what a bad thing happened. Because okay, even if I looked fine, you still don't know how's the baby, and me neither. Like, I have no way to know whether my baby had an injury. And he had to call, or at least offer to call an ambulance, but he not only didn't do that, but he didn't even ask about pregnancy. I mean, again, visibly pregnant. So he just wanted to leave. Again, I don't think that he had bad intentions, that he's a bad guy. I think that just this thing happened to him and he was in disbelief himself. But this is really bad. Also because the day after, I went to the doctor checked the baby, everything seems fine. He asked whether I had pain or whether I was bleeding, and I was like, no. Whether I felt good movement, and I did. And what I found out is that one of the biggest risks this kind of situations is for the placenta to detach. Given the fact that that's the only life support for the baby, if that happens, is really serious. And I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. So the day after, I also realized what a bad thing just happened, what a big risk that was. And I got pretty frustrated with how things went because I don't know, I just feel like that's not good. I filed a police report, but that's basically it. They told us that as nobody's injured, they're not going to do anything, just file the report, that's it. So I'm here left with all of this discomfort, with a big scare, because now I'm really scared. The scooter is kind of damaged, and that guy simply left, and everything is fine with him. That's it. Again, I'm sure that was a traumatic experience for him as well, but I still feel like it's really bad because if I were just walking, if I were a pedestrian, he would have run over my legs. I'm sure about that. He stopped because of the scooter ending up underneath his car. He didn't see me, like zero. And he would have broke my legs very badly, so thank God that didn't happen. But what actually happened is that I started to feel contractions since this thing happened. They're not strong. Maybe I'm not going to go into labor anytime sooner, but that was a very scary experience, and I'm sad that it happened. Grateful that it went the way it did. It could have been much worse, but it makes me realize how we really don't know what's waiting for us in the future, and of how easy it is to end up in a very bad situation. But I'm also sorry that there are no consequences for him. I hope that he'll be more careful in the future. He'll look both ways next time. And yeah, that's the end of my story. Hopefully my pregnancy will continue without any other incidents like that.